PAILS and rails. So PAILS and rails in short is isometric strength training. So you're combining strength and stretching at the same time to create more range of motion and communicating with your nervous system to allow you to get that range. So as we age, we tend to lose our flexibility and our ability to actually gain that range that we once had. So us sitting every single day and being inactive, our body tells our brain that, hey, we haven't deep squatted in a very long time. We should take that ability out because it's energy sucking and I want to make sure that you stay alive. So with PAILS and rails, you're communicating to your nervous system and brain, asking for that range of motion back. So a typical exercise in PAILS and rails is this 90-90 position. Now, if I turn my body this way and lean forward, I'm working external rotation of my hip. If I lean back and rotate towards the leg in front of me here, I'm working internal rotation. So in this 90-90 position, if I was working external rotation, I would want to rotate my torso to where my belly button's in line with my knee that's pointing forward. I'm going to lean forward with my body until I feel a stretch in my back hip. Not this hip right here, but the one that's on the floor. I would find that position where I feel a stretch and I would hold it for 2 minutes. The key here is not to round your back and just hang out. You want to think of tilting your pelvis back so then you feel a deeper stretch into that hip. Once I found that stretch, I'm going to hold this for 2 minutes, breathe deeply through my diaphragm and not through my chest, and just hold. As the time progresses, I want to start getting a little bit deeper into my stretch. From here, the PAILS contraction is a progressive contraction into the ground. So in this case, for external rotation, I'm pushing my knee and ankle into the ground as hard as possible for 10 seconds. After I've done this, when I'm contracting down, I'm pushing my knee and ankle into the ground, I want to relax the contraction, and now with that isometric push, my nervous system has opened up a little bit, and now you'll be able to lean forward a little bit more into that stretch. From here, I suggest you hold this new range of motion for at least 10 seconds. From there, you're going to do a rails contraction. So a regressive isometric contraction, meaning you're going to try to bring this leg to your chest. It's not going to come to your chest, but you want to activate all of this stuff to bring that leg off the ground. So again, you're leaning in, you're going to do a rails contraction where you're aiming to bring this leg to your chest. You're going to take a deep breath in and you're driving that leg up. You're driving that leg up. Again, it's not going to move, but the fact that you're using and asking all the muscles that are involved with external rotation to come up off the ground will benefit you in the rails contraction. You would do the same thing on the other side. So to summarize, you're holding the stretch for 2 minutes. You're going to do a progressive isometric contraction, which is the PAILS contraction, for 10 seconds. You're going to release the stretch and lean a little bit further forward into it. And then you're going to do a rails contraction for 10 seconds where you're trying to lift the leg off the ground if you're doing external rotation. With all that put together, you'll have a little bit more depth into flexibility. And the more you do this on a daily basis or within the program, you will see some improvement in hip function and hip mobility.